What's going on, you guys? It's Cody Steck. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about how I'm going to take my $1,500 Robinhood account and trade it all the way up to $100,000 plus. This is something that I got inspired to do by the Be a Heza channel, which is an absolutely fantastic channel, by the way. If you guys haven't seen his videos, go and check them out. I'll link to it down in the description below. He makes awesome videos about drop shipping, about making money online, about finance, and of course, doing these crazy trading challenges. So we're going to be taking this Robinhood account that I started a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to attempt to trade it all the way up to $100,000 or more. We're going to start with $1,500. This is something I've been working on for the last couple weeks, and I've got some really surprising results that I think you're going to want to see. So stick around with me all the way to the end. We're going to jump into my phone. I'm going to show you some of the exact trades that I've made, some of the wins, some of the losses that I've made, and how long I anticipate this is going to take. This is going to be a series that I want to release here on the channel and kind of talk about from time to time. Probably make a new video every 1 month or so, or as often as I can, based on any major gains or major losses that we might see in that trading account. So this is gonna be really fun. This is just a play account. This is not my main portfolio. This is just something to kind of play around with to, as Chicken Genius Singapore always says, those itchy fingers, right? So this is basically just an account to give me some freedom to kind of play around with some of the trades that I want to do, look into some smaller companies that might be a little bit more of a speculative play, and also get more familiar with trading options. I'm mostly going to be trading options on this account here. I don't think I'll be buying many shares. I might here or there if I see a good opportunity. Maybe there's not options on that company yet, but I'm mostly going to be trading those options. A lot of calls, a lot of puts, even on companies that I believe in, I might put a put. Even companies I don't believe in, I might put a call, right? I'm basically just trading it to be able to make a profit. So this is something I'm super excited about. We're going to jump into my phone right here in just a second, but I want to give you kind of some rules around what I'm going to be doing here. So basically, like I said, $1,500, we're going to try and trade it all the way up to $100,000. I might be making some day trades. I'm going to be making a lot of swing trades, where I'll basically buy into something that might have, I might be a call option that has an expiration date of a month out because I'm anticipating that stock is going to run up, and then I might sell out as it gets close to the strike price or the expiration date, but I might keep it as well. I'm going to basically kind of just play it and just go with my gut feeling on this one. So without any further rambling, let's just jump right into my phone and take a look at this together. All right, so the first thing I want to show you here on my phone is the deposit transfer history. So you can see that I made a small deposit from my savings of $2 just to get the account verified, basically. Then you can see the other $1,000 transfer on November 11th and the other $500 transfer on November 16th. I've put in $1,000 to begin with, and then I realized, hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to need a little bit more money to actually trade with this. I'm going to need to add in another $500 to actually get enough buying power to make some significant moves in this. So it is now December 8th, and so we've had this account open for almost a month now, and you can see here that we've only put in $1,500. So with that being said, let's actually jump back over to the main page and see where the account is sitting right now. We're sitting at $8,176. Today was a rager of a day. We made $1,200 on the day. We're up 17%. But keep in mind, guys, this is not actual profits that I've taken yet. I've made a lot of trades. I've had some successes. I've had some losses. I've won money, lost money, but a lot of this account is still in actively traded options that I have not closed out yet. So that's the one thing I want to remind you throughout this whole process is, look, this is just a number in account. Until I close that, until I take that actual profit, I don't have this money solidified, right? So these numbers are going to change drastically, especially because some of these plays that I have are very high risk and have a lot of implied volatility. So they're going to fluctuate very, it can go up and go down. I mean, you can see that just on today, I made 17%. That's absolutely crazy. Absolute banger of a day. So I'm really happy about the fat stacks that we're racking up there. So we'll look back at the 1 week history. We had a really good week. This is looking back all the way to December 2nd, December 3rd, December 4th. December 4th through the 7th was a good day as well. I mean, we just climbed and climbed and climbed here. So it's we made the jump from roughly that $5,400 mark. Kind of stayed flat. Even lost some money, came down to $5,100 before climbing back up to that $8,100 mark that we're now at. Looking at the 1 month history, you can see that on the month, we're up 444%, up $6,676. So you can see that we're here at $1,500 right at the beginning, and we got it up to $1,800 pretty quick. I had some really good call options on Xpeng and Neo. Right off the bat, we made a quick $300, but then we actually dropped back down. I made a very stupid decision. I was brand new to options. When I first started this account, account. I had never traded an option in my life, and that's primarily what I'm trading here in this account. So I made the stupid decision. I bought calls on Xpeng. It ran up. I got some good profits, cashed out a couple $100 worth of profit, and then decided to buy back in as a put. However, Xpeng continued to run back up, and I lost out massively on those contracts. So I went from $1,800 down to $1,200 really dang quick, but luckily was able to turn around, make some good plays, and within just another day, we're back up to $1,900, and we just made this big run. You can see here that as I kind of scroll through here, I mean, every single day, it's like we're up 500, 600, 700, maybe $1,000, you know, doing pretty well. December 1st, we got up to $6,500, and then we actually had it come back down. You know, I was getting a little worried here because we had one particular company have some absolutely massive gains. I've got one contract that is blowing this account up, and I think it's going to continue to run. So I'm going to show you that here in just a second. But we got up to 6,500 because this company had a big run up, and then it did have a pullback, right? It had a sell off, and the price of my contract was dropping as we went through this. So this is why it dropped down to 5,500, 5,300, 53, and then this week's been pretty good to us as well. And we're closing out the day. We're now after hours, and we're at 81.78 on the account. So this is really pretty exciting. Let me show you some of the trades that I've been making. As you're gonna see, some of these are losing money, some of these are gaining money, some of these I've already closed out, so you're not gonna see everything here. I will try and see if I can actually get a Excel spreadsheet of all the trades I've made and try and put that on a link or something so you guys can just see it if you wanna see kind of the success and losses that I've had as well. So I'm happy to share every single thing in this account. Hopefully this will be some information for you that you can actually take and use to your own benefits. All right, so let's actually scroll down here and take a look at some of these that we've got. So you can see that I've got a $50 NEO call expiring on December 11th. I bought 2 contracts of this, and man, we're getting beat up pretty hard on this. Right now we're sitting on $126 of equity. We've got a current contract price of 63 cents. And we paid $1.80 average for these 2 contracts. So we're getting beat up pretty bad on this. If we look at NEO, I mean, NEO had a pretty good run this morning, and then it just kind of came back down, rose back up, and then traded flat. So I'm really hoping this turns around and we can get close to that $50 mark. I don't know, I think we're gonna be a little bit out of the money there, and I don't know that's gonna work for us. I've got a call on Pfizer. Pfizer is supposed to have the vaccine news announced. Hopefully it's getting approved, and so that's been seeing a big run up. When Pfizer was down a couple days ago, closer in this range is when I actually bought it. When it was hovering on $40, I said, hey, I think Pfizer's gonna run up once this gets approved. I think there's gonna be people who pour into it. Even though the vaccine might not be everything that everybody's looking forward to, I do think that it's gonna see a run up. So we bought into this, and we're sitting on a 40% gain overall, which is only $33, right? I'm playing with a lot of small contracts here. As we build up the account, I'll be able to go into it, buy 3 contracts, 5 contracts, 10 contracts, and actually make some bigger plays and hopefully some bigger profits as well. So we're sitting on a nice little profit there. Blink Charging is a EV stock that is a competitor to SBE, which I'm a huge believer in. I've made a number of videos on this company, and I think that SBE is going to be, they're supposed to be merging with ChargePoint, and this is going to be one of the best charging system networks out there, right next to the Tesla supercharger network. So I think Blink is actually a competitor to them. I think they've got less than 10% market share, and so I don't think that this is a company that is worth being valued at the level that it is, but the stock price says otherwise. So what I think is not always the best thing, right? So this is sitting at a market cap of $948 million, and I had a $20 put on this that expires the end of next week, and we're getting beat up pretty heavily on this one as well. So $53 of equity in the contract, and we paid $210 for that contract as well. So you might be thinking, hey, what's going on, Cody? How are you making money if you're, you've got all these big losers here? Well, even though I might lose money on some of these calls, it only takes a couple of good contracts, and you can be sitting massively in the money on, making money on some of these other contracts. So this next one I'll show you is a beautiful Tesla $700 call. And we're sitting on $4,000 worth of equity right now. That's basically half my account sitting in this one contract. This is a contract I bought after the S&P 500 inclusion was announced. I thought, hey, Tesla's going to see a huge run up because of this. I think there's a good chance to get in now, let this contract ride, and see what it can do, and it's done beautifully for me. So average cost, I paid $1,070 for it, and we're sitting on $4,110 right now. So the total return is just over $3,000, 284% on this one contract, and Tesla is just doing wonderfully as they approach the $700 mark. I don't want to say if they're going to hit $700. I don't know. I'm trying to think, hey, should I cash out before they actually get that inclusion date on the 21st, I believe it is. We're coming up on that pretty quick. It's now the 8th. I still think it's got a ways to run. We still got a ways to go. I would not be surprised if Tesla ends up close to $750 on the share price. I would not be surprised with that. I think this is absolutely crazy, but Tesla has been good to me. I don't know when I'm going to cash out. Let me know when you would cash out. If you would cash this out right now, if you just sell it and take the profit, should I continue to let it run? I don't know. I mean, if this gets up to like 700, 750, I mean, I could be sitting on a very nice profit. And it's that tough decision, right? When do you sell out? When do you take the profit? Remember, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. Okay, so that's the biggest one that I've got in the account here. Let's scroll down and take a look at some of these other ones. So I've got a call that expires on Christmas Eve for $24.50. That one is not doing very good. That's on Rocket Companies, Rocket Mortgage. I've got a call on ACB, which is a drug company, let's say, and I'm expecting them to do quite well. I think that this stock has been so volatile for the last little bit. I'm super bullish on the long run, but right now all of these drug stocks are just getting crushed, and I don't know what's going to happen to this. I think this is just a very small play, so I'm sitting up just slightly, $5 on this one. I don't know. I think if it hits it, I could cash out a nice, $20, $30, $40 gain. So I've got a ton of these little small plays that are doing quite well for me, and then some longer term ones as well. So I've got one on NNDM, which is sitting at a loss right now, but I do think there's going to be some hype around this stock. I'm not a huge believer in what they're doing, at least not in the short term, right? I don't think this is a short term play, but I do think there's going to be enough hype around it that I can make a quick buck trading an option here. I've also got a call for $40 with a strike price of January 15th on SBE, which is ChargePoint. I think they're going to see a huge run up as we go into the merger, as the news comes out that has closed, and as people start buying into it. I think there's going to be a huge run up there. So SBE is doing very well. I'm currently sitting on a 23% gain on this one. We've got some other ones here. Facebook, $300 call. This is one I bought a couple weeks ago, actually maybe about 10 days ago or so. We got in for just under $900, and we're currently sitting at $1,250 worth of value on this contract, a 40% return. I think this one could continue to run up. This one's out a little bit further, February 19th of next year on Facebook. I do think Facebook can run up over 300 by January, so I think that's going to be a good one. We've also got Dropbox, $22 call here that expires on April 16th. And we're sitting on a nice 113% return here. We bought two contracts on this one, $105 each for the average cost on that, and the current price is sitting at $224. So that's a nice play. I think Dropbox is going to see some big gains over the next little bit. Shout out to Jeremy over at Financial Education for putting me on that one. I've got some other shares and some other contracts in another account, some other call options that I think are going to do very nicely, very, very nicely over the next little bit. So super excited about that, guys. Last one to wrap this up and show you this here. I've got another call here on Callaway Golf, which is just announced a merger with Topgolf, which I think is going to be one of the best entertainment solutions going forward. It's an outside venue. It's a lot of fun. Golf has seen an uptick in activity through this year of 2020. So I think that Callaway and Topgolf are going to continue to dominate this market, and that's why I've got a call option on this through January 21st of 2022, $30 call. And we're currently sitting up a nice 94% here on this contract. So that kind of wraps up my whole portfolio here so far. We're going to see how far this goes. Obviously, Tesla, that one call I've got there, is leading the charge in this market and giving me a lot of that value that we're seeing here. So Facebook is a big one. Dropbox is a big one. I've got some really good plays here, guys, and I'm really excited to see how quickly we can try and run this up to that $100,000 mark. So I think it's going to take me, I don't know, maybe a year. I don't know, it might take me a little bit less, depending on how big of these plays I go, depending on if I have some big losses. I'm thinking it might take me a year. So let's check in at the end of 2021 and actually see where we're at. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up here on the video if you enjoyed this content. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to get your free stocks with Webull using a link in the description below. I know I'm on the Robinhood platform here for this, but Webull has an awesome platform as well, and you can get free stocks valued up to $1,600 for each one, so you can get some free stocks over there as well. So don't forget to use that link down in the description if you'd like to support the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.